Welcome back to GearCheckGames. This is our 6th installment in our Pikmin playthrough, and we're going back to the Forest Naval because we got more ship parts to pick up, boys.
There's always another ship part, isn't there?
There is. There's at least 30.
Always another Pikmin to leave behind.
Oh yeah. See, that one replanted himself. He's smart.
I don't think he replanted himself. I think you just forgot about him.
I'm kind of surprised that the ones you leave between days don't automatically turn into flowers.
Well, because it's nighttime. They don't have any sunlight.
We're in a cave.
I didn't ask you, Trey.
I don't remember which parts we go for. I think I do the I do the one on the far edge where you have to have all 3 Pikmin to get. And there's like 2 parts out there. I think that's what we're going for today. So those like dozen reds won't have died in vain.
No, they still died in vain. But sure.
Yeah, whatever helps you sleep, dude.
In my defense, I won't defend most of the deaths, but in that one, I literally forgot they were there.
That's just negligence, Trey.
Yeah, in defense of my mass murder.
I didn't mean to kill him. Not like all the other ones.
Yeah.
He just hopped in the fryer. I don't know what.
Oh my god.
Okay, I think I left a couple of these boys behind.
The contingency plan.
Yeah. Listen, these things look like food. I don't know why I'm not swarming them.
Mm-hmm. So how do you guys feel about the visuals in the Forest Naval?
I always found it very intimidating. Like, I mentioned earlier, this is where I always felt like this is where the game gets, like, serious, and, like, hard. And, I mean, there's definitely, like, hard parts in, like, the previous area, too, like the snagrets and stuff.
Yeah.
But, I mean, this area is just so, like, dark and dreary.
Yeah, your field of view is a lot more limited than it was in the Forest of
Yeah, you
Hope.
can't see very far.
Yeah.
The music is like it's definitely not like bright and happy.
It's a little more low key, I guess.
Yeah. Whereas the previous areas are very kind of like relaxed, and it's like a nice sunny green area.
Right.
Yeah.
And you get here and it's just a cave.
This particular part of the level I'm standing in right now is my least favorite part of this level, because if you don't zoom out, you can literally get lost and not know where you are because there's no discernible landmarks.
Oh yeah, it's
like
just
this
kind of a
big
giant expanse of nothing.
Yeah, and since you can't see very far, it's like, well, I hope I'm walking in the right direction. Like, you have to open up the map sometimes, which I think I do at least once in this playthrough, because I'm just like, I don't know where I'm facing.
I relied on the map a lot during my initial playthrough of this game.
Yeah. It's like, the first and third areas ain't so bad, because, like, there's lots of landmarks. But
well, yeah, you can, like, see the whole level from pretty much any point, or you can get, like, a better sense of, like, how everything relates to each other.
Yeah.
Whereas here, like, just, like, remembering how to get around is kind of part of the challenge of it.
Yeah.
As far as the visuals go, though, I don't know, I hate to be too hard on it, because I know it was a launch GameCube game, but, like, I feel like they could have done a little bit more with this aesthetic. Like, I didn't realize until, like, embarrassingly late that this was supposed to be a cave. And maybe I'm just dumb, but, I don't know, it just has kind of this...
Oh, alright. Fuck you, flower butt.
I don't know, it has kind of this clinical, like, white lighting. There's not much... I don't know, I feel like they could have done something with, like, maybe, like, a color tint to the light, or, like, some particle effects, just to kind of sell, like, the cave atmosphere beyond just, like, you have, like, a field of vision. Or a limited field of vision, but...
Yeah, I think when I first played this game, I just kind of thought like, oh, this is a dark area.
Yeah.
Which I think might have added to the intimidation factor for me, because I was like, I don't really know how to explain this darkness. It's just like a dark, scary area.
Darkness imprisoning me.
Darkness. Yeah, when are we gonna get the edgy dark Pikmin?
In Pikmin 2?
We get like Anti-Olimar,
Oh yeah.
who's like evil.
Anti-Olimar.
I thought we
Olimar the
established
Hedgehog.
last part that Louis was the evil Olimar.
Why are you taking the blues? Oh, wait, you need them. Never mind.
Yeah, there's a part up here.
Sorry.
But I don't have enough, so you'll see me like go back for more.
Sorry, Trey. I almost called you Corey. Why was that? I didn't mean to question your infinite wisdom.
I am the all-powerful Corey.
The legend of Corey.
Oh yeah, so we encountered one earlier, but that's the glittering Flintbeetle.
Yeah.
He is both useful and annoying.
Yes.
Because like you can toss a Pikmin on him, and sometimes he'll either poop out like nectar or like a posy pellet. But then there's other times where you'll just be walking along, and he'll run right through your squad. He's another thing that'll take the attention of your squad, and your squad will just run after him and try to do whatever, even though he's immune to everything but having people thrown on top of him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, at least it's not the skittering stink bug or whatever from 2, which is not useful and just annoying.
Yeah, he's the one that like he had the little poison clouds that could hurt everyone but the whites, right?
Yeah.
Also, I love the alliteration on those names. I forgot about that.
I don't even remember if that's the name, but I feel like that's it. It's a name that makes me feel like it's correct.
That sounds like the sort of name that like AOSTH Robotnik would come up with for like one of his
You
lackey.
skittering stink bugs!
Skittering stink bugs!
That impression.
Just leave the
never gets
Robotnik
old.
impressions up to you.
Thank you. I live for this.
This is the only thing I have.
I contribute nothing else to this channel except for bad try-hard impressions.
Specifically Robotnik impressions.
So yeah, that part up there where we threw the yellows, that's the part we were talking about. That if it lands funny, it could just fly off the map.
Uh-huh. This is another part that I didn't get until embarrassingly late because it took me a very long time to realize that yellow Pikmin are lighter than the others and fly farther when thrown.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it took me forever to figure that out.
Uh-huh.
There's a couple parts in the third area that like you have to use yellows like that to get to.
Do you feel like they maybe withheld information like that for the sake of like replayability? Like they didn't want people to figure things out too fast and like trivialize the game, so they kind of just forced you to figure it out yourself.
Yeah, that's like a design
like,
mechanic.
Yeah, I feel like Pikmin is very much a game that's kind of like you are an explorer, or not even an explorer. You're just a dude that's like stranded on this alien planet, and he's just got to kind of figure things out for himself as he goes along.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like it. It was kind of neat that the player is also kind of doing that with him.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's good gameplay, story, synergy.
Yeah. That's another thing I like about this game. Like, once you've figured it out and you know how to get all the parts, like, you can kind of get them in, like, weird or different orders depending on how you want to play the game that particular time. I think that's what allowed speedrunners to really go ham with this game, too.
Well, I imagine that's what makes, like, subsequent playthroughs fun, is just being able to, like, beat your record and, you know, just kind of deftly go around and pick up all these parts as, like, efficiently and quickly as possible.
Yeah.
And this game actually has a challenge mode that I don't remember if it's unlocked from the beginning or if you unlock it after you beat the game. That you basically just get, like, a day to collect as many parts as you can on different maps.
Yeah.
And I think the maps are like specific to challenge mode, like they're made for challenge mode and not just these maps. But
I have to try that
I don't think I've
sometime.
ever actually like seriously played the challenge mode, but maybe I'll do that someday.
Yeah. Kind of reminds me of the Mercenaries mode from Resident Evil 4. Like, everybody who loves that game talks about that as one of, like, their favorite parts of the game, but, like, every time I play it, I just go back and, like, start a new file. Not even a new game plus, just start fresh and play through the story mode, same as last time.
Wait, which game is this? I'm sorry, you cut out a little bit.
Resident Evil 4.
Oh.
I'm a creature of habit.
I've heard people talk about how much they love the Mercenaries mode in that game, but I've never actually heard a single thing about what it actually is.
It's like survival mode. You just try to kill as many enemies as you can before they kill you.
I see.
I think.
So what I
Is it
realized.
single player or multiplayer?
I think it's single player only. I know that subsequent like side games had the mode, and maybe that had like multiplayer support. Actually, maybe 5 had it. I can't remember. I haven't played much of 5.
I think I only played like the demo of 5.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was 6.
Is 5 the one you can punch boulders in?
Actually,
Yes.
wait, no, I played the demo of both 5 and 6. And 6 was just like kind of a slog.
Yeah,
So,
I think
If I remember
6.
correctly, because you just had to pretty much. I mean, I remember the what was it? It was. I forget which like protagonists were in that game. Oh, all right. There's your jet.
Isn't there like there's Chris, there's Leon, and then there's like a new character?
I feel like wasn't the 6 you had like pairs of characters.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
so.
Yeah, there was like one of them was like kind of more traditional Resident Evil type stuff,
Yeah.
where it was like kind of slow moving like normal zombies, and that was like Chris and Jill or something.
All right, on your feet,
or
boys.
Maybe it was.
It's better.
And then there was one that was like more military stuff, and it was super like action focused.
Uh-huh.
And then there was a third one that was more like, it was like 2 new characters and something or other. And I remember the experience being like, the one that was more akin to classic Resident Evil was like,
What the heck?
oh god, alright.
They're just like propelling it with their legs.
Further displaying why that part is just completely bullshit. So not only can it glitch out like falling, can also just like not obey physics.
Uh-huh. It confuses the game engine.
Yeah. So I think this may be one of the
forgot what
first
we were
parts where I
talking
don't
about
leave any
before.
guys behind.
Where you don't
Alright,
leave
we were
anyone
talking
behind?
about like,
I don't think so.
Oh, thank goodness. I'll hold you
we
to
were talking
that.
about like going through this game and like speed running and stuff, or like trying to beat your own time or whatever. And I think I think Pikmin 2, like, I feel like it could have made the game a lot more like replayable for like speedrunning stuff or whatever. If instead of it wouldn't have made sense from like a story standpoint. But if they tied progression to just like how much money you've accumulated instead of like finding specific treasures, like how in this game your progression is tied to how many parts you've collected instead of finding specific parts.
Mm-hmm.
So you can kind of like collect them in like literally any order you want, as long as you get the requisite number of parts to get to the next area.
Sure.
Yeah.
See, now with like the nighttime lighting, this looks more like a cave.
Yeah.
I guess the mushrooms kind of sell it too.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know,
Yeah,
maybe
though
what
with
they were
this
going
lighting,
for
it's-
was like you transitioning from like the slightly brighter entrance of the cave into like the darker areas.
Oh, oops.
Oh.
Oh. Oh no, why am I not saving it?
Wow,
Olimar.
you just lost all.
Olimar.
I could
You
have
just
saved
lost
him.
all
What the hell?
empathy.
Oh yeah, I got
Oh
2.
boy.
Are they close enough?
I don't think so.
Come on, little Pikmin, run for your
Oh
lives.
god, no.
Yeah, this is... Oh, man, maybe I do leave some behind.
Last minute
well.
Wallywog.
Well, that one's getting left behind. Never mind, it's
Oh,
not getting left behind. It got
God's
eaten.
sake.
Just gave up.
Yeah, that was kind of an emergency, like, oops. You know what? I think both Pikmin teams that were bringing parts in were close enough. I hope.
We'll see.
So I know one got in. He didn't get
Fingers
the part in,
crossed.
but he got in the base. The ring of
Suspense.
like safety on this map is weird. Cause oh no, I left some behind.
Goodbye.
Shit. How many Pikmin is it going to take, Trey? How many is it going to take before we learn?
I
It's
think
too bad it doesn't show all of the Pikmin that... Oh god.
Oh.
I'm scared.
Oh no.
Burned into my memory.
Same, Olimar. Slow ellipses. Yeah, good suggestion.
Doesn't quite have the same impact though when it was only one Pikmin and it wasn't even the first within like the first 3 times that it's happened to this playthrough.
Well, hey, Olimar's a slow learner.
It had
okay?
much more of an impact when we were playing like a while ago.
Oh,
and you
yeah.
lost like 40 Pikmin to a bomb rock chain reaction.
I was.
And then Olimar was just like inconsolable.
How did
We
how
had
did
trouble
I
getting him back
recover
to the
that
ship.
playthrough?
You went and grinded for more Pikmin.
God,
You had to set aside a day to grinding in the impact site.
I was so mad.
Because you were like you were actually at critical levels.
Like
of
like
Pikmin,
like 5
like
of each
almost
type.
extinct. In fact, I think you might have had an extinction.
What happens when you get an extinction? Does it just pop out one?
It forces you to end the day, and
Oh.
then it pops out one Pikmin the next time you land.
Jeez.
I know this because it happened to me. That was the
Oh,
only
no.
time I save scummed in my Pikmin playthrough was when I got the Pikmin extinction. I was like, you know what? I am not replaying this entire game. I've been doing so well so far. No way. I'm at the final boss.
Yeah. Speaking of extinctions, he can wipe your guys too if you're not careful.
Yeah.
But we'll get to him later. Thanks for joining us.
Yep.
I almost said no problem. Like,
No.
I'm one of the hosts.
One of us.
See you next time, folks.